Okay, so I've gone through and renamed all these groups just so that they're a little bit more user-friendly for me to go through and click quickly and see what's what. Now my Sukhoi 22, all 3 groups of 3 are airborne. You can see the path that has been automatically assigned to them. What I'm going to do is find myself a good vantage point to get and just sort of try to leave it here for as much as I can. Now what I want to do is get these guys down to low level right off the bat so they don't get picked up on radar. Okay, let me ditch the overlay. And let me go ahead and have these go just down to, for now, 2,000 feet. Because I don't have to get them down absolutely too terribly low right off the bat, because the curvature of the Earth is modeled, so radars aren't going to be able to see all the way out here, no matter how powerful they are, as long as I'm somewhat low, not up at like 25 or 36,000 feet. Okay, so they're going to continue to cruise at 480 knots, 2,000 feet. And let me do the same for these before things start to progress a little bit too fast here. So low altitude, and I'll set them down to minimum altitude and terrain following once I get a little bit further along. Okay, same for these guys. Now what I want to do is come in here, and you can see the path that has been automatically created, which is actually pretty close to that which I had intended. I want to take them up here into this terrain, and that'll be good enough for now, and we'll just make the IP have them come in from, I guess, this island, or just make that as sort of like the default IP. And I actually might, come to think of it, try to have these come in from slightly different angles. Once they do come up here and start to come into the target, for example, I might have these guys come down here to the west of the island and then turn inbound, and these last aircraft I might have them, okay, that's their egress route right there. So these guys, let me have them come up here, same place, and come in from, I'll have them overfly the island but keep going right down here. And then, so once they do come in here, I'll have one aircraft, or one group of 3 coming from the north, one from the west, and then one, as you can see, from the east. Okay, we have our first airborne contact up. So let's see what we have and where it is. Okay, these are out of Omadaya, and they're coming down due south. Yeah, they're running an intercept on this Mirage. Okay, that's actually a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Okay, I'm just going to pull this Mirage. Okay, yeah, that's a good path. I was thinking about pulling them down a little bit further to the south to get these guys more closely engaged, but yeah, that's still just fine. Okay, these MiG-23s and these MiG-23s. Yeah, as long as these guys keep coming for the Mirages, that'll put them there at 836 knots. Yeah, that'll put any engagement that comes up right here over the Kuwaiti coast, because I'm going 480 or so. Okay, yeah, that'll work for now. And just double check, yeah, these guys are down at 2,000 feet, and yeah, they're safe for now. These guys are at 2,000 feet. These guys are at 36,000 feet. And these guys, yeah, 33,000 feet and accelerating through 917 knots. Yeah, they're serious about coming down here and intercepting, but this is going to work out okay because I'll be able to work these guys. Yeah, this is actually going to work out perfectly. These MiGs will come in from behind them and jump them. Okay, 2 more contacts out here over the Gulf. Okay, so for a total of 4. Now these contacts are currently about coming up on 60 miles from my Mirages. What I want to do is accelerate these MiG-23s. I think I should have done this a little bit earlier. Send them up to mil power. These Mirages, yeah, I want to get these guys worked in a little bit further and back. These Mirages, let me develop this so that they come down a little bit to the south. I want to try to work this MiG group in behind and then sort of try to save this MiG-23 group and just have it sort of there just in case. Although I think these guys might have just picked up on this group of MiGs, in which case I need to bring these Mirages around here and just have them go straight at this group, and that'll give me the option of turning and firing at these. Okay, yeah, there we go. So these bogeys are now back on these Mirages, and I can go ahead and manually declare these guys hostile, all 4 aircraft. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to turn these Mirages away from this group, again trying to work these. MiG-23 is in for a shot, and I think these guys, yeah, what I'm going to do is, instead of having these MiGs engage, is have these MiGs increase to full. I think this is the trap that I'm going to spring on these two and just save these two MiGs. I'll have these conserve fuel, go back down to cruise, just save these MiGs for anything that happens to pop up. I don't think, yeah, these guys are going a little bit too fast for these MiGs to get engaged anyway. Yeah, this should work out. Now here in just a second, I'm going to have these Mirages come back around and do their beyond visual range shots. I'll actually do that right now because I don't really want to be tangled up with this group while this group is engaged as well. I want to take care of these two and then turn around and take care of these two, not all four of the aircraft at the same time. Okay, so let me go ahead and just delete this path so that the AI is going to do their own thing. I'm going to tell them to engage. And I might not even have to, if I'm lucky here, I might not even have to engage the second MiG-23 group. Okay, there are some Super 530s in the air. But okay, let's go ahead and engage this MiG-23 group, get them in there and engaged. Off. Let's go radar active on you so you can fire some missiles. Okay, one hit. And I haven't identified these, just a generic bogey at this point. Okay, that was an F5E. Okay, so that was a Super 530 hit on an F5E. Okay, they've got a missile in the air. Okay, miss with mine. Coming up on a resolution on this missile. Okay, and that was an A9N that just missed. Okay, these MiG-23 should be in there and taking out this guy with no threat, or with no sweat now. And that's going to free up the Mirages to come down here and do some beyond visual range shots on these two bogies. And everything is still looking just fine, progressing up north. I've still got this 3 ship of MiG-23s in reserve, and these guys have gotten in close. F5 versus 1 F5 versus 3 MiG-23, so this should work out okay. And more bogies. Okay, out here from, actually probably from Shiraz, out here to the east. Okay, that's a missile in the air off of this bogey. So taking shots at that, yeah, that's probably an F4 with Sparrows. And I can see that, yeah, the Sparrows are actually outranging my Super 530, so they're coming off the Mirage. And there we go, there's that second F5 taken out. Now these MiG-23s, I want you guys to come out here and just fly out here to the east. You're already, let me see, well at this point I don't think anybody really has a good idea that they're there. But I do need these, yeah, I need these MiG-23s to come down here and get engaged on these two bandits. So I will vector them down in that direction. I'll also, there's no reason to keep them down that low, I'll have them come up to 25,000 feet. Okay, that's one of ours, Mirage F1 taken out by a Sparrow. So final probability of hit 16%, but he still got the hit. Okay, let's resume. So it's still, okay, it's still 2-on-2 Mirage versus what has to be, yeah, there we go, F4Es down here, Iranian F4Es. With a missile launch, have an Apex launched on another one of these F4s. Okay, got one of those F4s with guns. And this next F4 should be taken out either by the Magic missiles, IR guided missiles off of the Mirages, or Apex semi-active shots off the MiG-23s. Yeah, this is still looking okay. Okay, there we go. So Mirages managed to get a gun skill, 30mm cannon gun skill on those. Okay, now let's go ahead and get back into this. Now, air contacts up north. Okay, so Air contacts over the Gulf, air contacts up north. It's the ones to the north that really, really worry me. Let me vector this group of MiGs up in that direction. And are you guys, did I not tell you to go up high? Let me go F2, high altitude. Okay, now they're climbing. I don't know what happened there. Okay, these Mirages, we have them come out here over the Gulf. These MiGs, so I'll try to get these Mirages. Actually, I can have these guys pull down here to the south a little bit, try to sort of pincer on these two bogies. So 2 bogies, and I have a surface contact out here. Okay, so I need to be aware that, like it said in the briefing, there are surface contacts to worry about. Now, these Sukhoi 22s, let me go down to min-altitude, terrain following. Just to try to keep them from showing up on these fighters' radar. And if I need to, I can just have these MiG-23s pop back around into that area. Now, these MiG-23s, let me see, am I really gaining anything at this point by keeping them down low? I like that. I've already sort of sprung the trap, I guess, such as it was for working these MiGs in behind. I'll let this continue to play out just as is and keep these guys sort of in reserve. Now, I need to remember that these Mirages are down to IR guided missiles only. So what I want to do is just have them out there as a decoy, and it's going to be these MiG-23s that come in and take the first shot. I'll actually vector these guys down and just run a pure intercept on them, and they're down to how many apexes? 3 apexes remaining. And I have a good solid radar contact, and this is all off of my Barlock radar up here at Talil. I have good radar contact on these guys. That means that my strike aircraft are safe. That also means that I can, just in case, work these MiGs around to the south. Okay, so let me go ahead and declare these guys hostile. And have these guys go ahead and engage. Okay, they managed to get the first shot off on me, which is okay. That's fine. That's a Sparrow, and that would make these most definitely F4s. And there's an Apex inbound on that F4. More Sparrows coming in. Now hit the V key so we can see all the aircraft that are up there. And I'll even zoom in just a little bit since we don't really have anything other than this area with any threats at this point. Okay, so misses all around. That means that these Mirages are now taking shots. And let me just go ahead and delete this and have the Mirages come up here and start to engage at will. Okay, there's one kill. IR guided missiles coming in on us. Okay, there's a Flogger destroyed by... No, those were Sparrows. Okay, we didn't get into the AIM-9 fight. Which, yeah, would make sense. Yeah, the AIM-9s, I believe, if I can find one of them in the log here, but... Yeah, the AIM-9s used by these F4s, the Iranian F4s, should be rear aspect only as well. So no matter what, our aircraft have to get now behind these fighters, and you can see the range rings right here. All of my aircraft right here are out of long range missiles. Now these guys are this group is sort of out of position to, okay, that's cleaned up right there. These guys are sort of out of position to do sort of like spring a trap on these guys. So what I want to do is go ahead and just have them go active, and whatever surprise I can get out of this little maneuver, I'll take it. Okay, so their radar is active. I'm going to manually declare these guys as hostile. I'm just going to have these guys engage up there and keep these two groups just out here trying to take care. Okay, we have okay, surface to air and then an air search radar. So these, I think these are all either on the island or yeah, these might actually be all three of these contacts, ship contacts. Okay, so no missiles off of these bogies. These might be more F5s, in which case I'm at a huge advantage here. Okay, there's a hit. Yeah, that was an F5. Okay, let's see if we can get this one. Okay, too easy. Let's see, that's all of the air threats. So let me just keep these MiGs out here over the Gulf. These MiGs I'll have continue out here to the southeast. These Mirages I'll also have continue out here to the southeast. Again, with the idea just to draw anything that scrambles out here over the Gulf and away from my strike package that we can see progressing on their route.